So, is there any questions before we start about the flanking rules and advantage stacking? Or did my little picture graph solve everything?
I'm gonna open up that doc.
Does
have
it
it on
have
hand.
ranged?
Yeah, dude. Like, say if I was within reach of hitting the enemy, would that count still?
Flanking requires.
So I'm still
under
threatening
threat.
them.
Yeah, it's under threat.
So
ranged
cool.
characters aren't considered under threat.
Right, but
that
if
is
I've got like a meter with a 10-foot reach, that still counts.
Yeah.
Cool.
Basically melee attacks.
Yeah, that
much.
was the thing I was gonna ask. Is that from the way it was worded, it sounded like when something's in flanking, like when two characters are flanking a character, it is considered to basically have like a flanking debuff, and then every attack against it has advantage. Ranged or spell or otherwise. That was the way I read it. It's like once you have two people going, it's distracted enough, and a third person joins in, and even if they're not flanking, they still get advantage.
As it's more along the lines of surrounded is the case of when that happens. When you have two more flanking participants, that is that you're flanked twice, not by 3 different characters, but by 4 different characters, each with their own flanking maneuvers.
Like what happened with Darren.
Yeah, like what happened with Darren. He was surrounded. That was where, as you can see in the image, the surrounding is. No, that was overwhelmed. He was overwhelmed. Surrounded is basically the when there's one person has two flankings and 2 people have 1 flank, or such and such, as you can see in the image. Surrounded is what Darren was, which is the case of overwhelmed is what he was, sorry, which is 2 flanking maneuvers on you at once.
So I'll be right back.
Yep.
Cool.
Another possible plan for the board is make it eat something, and that something is bad. Like, I don't know, alchemist fire.
Good idea. Do you have any?
No, I don't. That's
Yeah,
the
I don't
problem
have
with
any.
4.
Yeah, I'm poor too.
How much are we getting paid for this? Do we know?
2 gold each.
Wow.
Hey, in this world, that's fat loot.
That's equivalent to 200 gold in normal D&D.
So I
Or a
say we
little
charge
bit more,
by
to be honest.
daylight. Can anyone track it?
Okay.
Did you track with survival?
Okay, so you wake up in the morning to the sound of the farmer yelling at you through your tents or whatever type of bedding that you're using. I don't think you actually bought tents or anything like that, so you probably were sleeping out in the open.
They come with them. If we're getting the equipment we start with, depending on which.
No, tents don't come with.
No, they
tent
don't.
Tent is in the Dungeoneers pack, isn't it?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure tents were.
No, I guess not. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So yeah, sleeping. You probably were able to talk yourself into getting a case of sleeping in the stables or something like that. I'll let you have that freedom. But yeah, you're awoken by the farmer himself as he comes rattling on the opening up the stable door and bellowing in amongst the area, calling out for you for your group. Oi, you in here? You're awake? Come on, up you get.
Yes, of course. Dimitri, would you be so kind? And she gestures to her outfit for some prestidigitation and mending from any of the cuts from before.
Of course, my lady. The farmer is actually a little bit shocked to actually see you here. The way he walked in was a bit more nonchalant and relaxed to anyone that noticed him arriving. Like he wasn't expecting you to be here. And he actually voices it. Thought you might have actually run like the last few. Though, of course, they were limited in a little bit of numbers. You came out a little bit better than them.
Job's not done yet, sir.
Unlike some
But
people,
not
we
be.
have standards.
Well, this is what you killed the other night. He says as he gives a whistle to out through the door, and two younger men, probably his sons by the way that they're dressed and general similarity in looks, come hauling in one of the large boars. On closer look, this quite literally is about the size of a small cow, if anything like that. And looking about its body, you can see the damage that you have caused, and the some of the flames that have consumed the crops have caused damage to the actual hide itself of this beast.
I
Well,
don't suppose it happens to have my dagger in it.
roll me a percentile dice. Nope. Fortunately not.
I'm sure we could possibly find it.
I mean, it's gotta be somewhere, right? And the one I left it in wasn't getting up.
Right. He says, well, found about 5 or so of these things. One of them, I guess, is whatever was remained left in the fire that you so wholeheartedly decided to do with my crops. Appreciate that.
To be fair, we didn't choose for them to spread it that way. They did that all on their own.
Still.
Still, these 5 of them will eat no more of your crops, and the others will go the same way soon.
They
So
better.
says Lin, Zui, Mamiana, Payana, Gracistina, Zertana, Waywocket, Zione, Tessakira.
Yeah. It gives you a look.
Speaking of which, we should get to that, shouldn't we?
Right. Well, you know the way, he says as he looks to his sons. We're going to go have breakfast. Have fun. As he turns and walks out. Is there anything you want to ask him before he disappears?
I don't think particularly, and we know where to find him if we think of anything.
Unless he knows which way exactly they came from or where their nest is.
Forest. You get Smith as good as mine.
So these have only been eating your crops and nothing else, right? No livestock you have?
Not that I know of. Not much out there that is livestock. Mainly just the crops.
Esther's gonna ask these things just started recently, right?
For the last few months, ever since the crops started coming in a bit more ripe and ready for harvest. Plan is to harvest them in the next month or so.
They're unnatural.
Oh, never seen them before. That's why I sent
So I
out
thought-
the request to the Adventurers Hall. I could handle a couple of small little things, but these buggers are a bit big, aren't they? He says as he indicates towards the corpse.
Speaking of the
She's
corpse,
just-
no, sorry, keep talking. I can do mine in text.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's gonna ask if he sent out for a wizard, a druid, a cleric, anyone who has any kind of knowledge. Break that kind of this thing down. Someone's interested.
Tracking down these creatures. Well,
I'm not tracking
can
down
always-
these pictures. Not necessarily tracking down the creatures, but studying them, studying how they came here, studying how they, what their insides are like. I mean, wizards are weird. You could sell a lot of stuff to them.
you can talk to the Adventurers Hall after you're done. I don't give a flying hoot. I just want them to stop eating my crops. And Favor, no more fire, please. Appreciate the intent, but the intent wasn't well enough.
So noted.
What do you want to write? Let's see. Sure, roll me investigation check. Okay. Pretty good. You look over the beast, and as you examine it, you see that it doesn't show. It shows forms similar to that of a normal boar, except for, of course, its massive size. It's got very large tusks. The tusks seem to be extruding a lot more further than a normal boar's would. Normally, boars have them just to the end of the snout, but these ones extend much more further, almost like horns more than tusks, small tusks of a boar. Most likely used to dig up roots or something. What else? Roll me Arcana check. Okay. You're not sure what it is, but something seems to tickle your arcanic feelings. Like it's something about the beasts do have a feeling of magic in them, but you can't really pinpoint where it is or what it is. Be it a school of magic that you don't know of, or something a little bit more foreign.
See if Dimitri might want to check it out. He might know a little bit more since he's magically inclined to.
Yes, milady. Let's bring up Dimitri. I've got to pull out his character sheet. Gotta love playing with characters. He will do an Arcana check.
If it helps his Arcana check any, I can point out what I found in my investigation.
Oh well.
I'm sorry, milady. I've never seen a creature like this before. I've
That's fine. It's worth a
seen
shot.
many of beasts, but nothing of this kin. So yeah.
Well, then I suppose we just need to go find it and try again.
Indeed. Well, once again, if you need me, I'll be in the farmstead, says the farmer as he turns to leave. His name's Thadrin, if you're interested. Right. So, what's the plan?
Well, I believe we were going to go follow those tracks out to the forest and see if we can find the
Well, first
Den
we
or
were
whatever.
going to go check out the other bodies.
Ah, that's true. You wanted your dagger back.
Okay. So, you head back into the fields and start walking down the path that you took the night before. Though you've done some investigation during the afternoon when you first arrived, the actual view of the farmstead and its large swathes of crops really does give a grandiose image of sorts. Closer examination shows wheat, corn, and a few other different types of late autumn harvests that come through. Corn here grows a little bit longer than normal, in case you're wondering. Mostly cereal type crops. There's a few fields of potatoes or such, and other very simple root vegetables. Closer look at the local area close to the actual farmstead, you can see that he does have a few cattle and other livestock such as chickens, but nothing more than that. It's a very mainly based field farm than it is livestock.
But they haven't touched any of the livestock.
Well, they haven't gotten up this close to the farm, that is. They've mainly been working on the fields that are close to the woods.
I have two questions for the party. Does Lynn have Mage Hand or Dimitri?
Dimitri, I don't think he does.
Nope.
Did you fill out his spells?
Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Did you add in?
I added in the ones from the witch thing that you
Yep, awesome.
mentioned.
Perfect. How many people have Rogue?
Have what?
Are you a motorcycle?
Rope.
You sound far away.
Yeah,
Don't have rope.
my internet connection isn't super great here, and also I'm using a laptop mic.
Gotcha. I think everyone has rope except for Mitri.
I have rope. 50 foot. 50,
Oh,
50
well, he
foot
probably
planking.
has rope if Galatea has rope.
Yeah.
If we can find this thing sleeping, we might be able to what's the movie I'm freaking thinking of? The one where the dude who's normal size goes and finds like a bunch of little people on an island.
Gulliver's
Gulliver's
Travel?
Travels.
Don't know how they pin them down in that, where they like get the ropes over top of them and nail them down.
Yeah, Gulliver's Travels.
Are you calling me short?
I'm saying that we may be able to do that to the boar,
He's
especially if
calling
we
you
have mage
fun
hands.
size.
Oh, definitely fun.
That would depend on how light of a sleeper it is.
Well, with mage
Yeah.
hand, we might be able to. We might be. That's the best way to do it. Or that's the quietest way to do it, because we could mage hand ropes over and then pin them down.
Well, quiet bees just have to talk if it's got a verbal component.
Why do
I
we
suppose
have...
you can be quiet, yeah. Actually, you don't have to be that loud.
I mean, it lasts for a minute. I can cast it outside.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's kind of annoying to
Well.
get back and forth, but I could do it.
Yeah, well, it has to be audible, but not, like, a lot.
The plans of men and thieves. Kings and thieves. No worries.
Well, we at least have an idea for if it's asleep. And if not, then we just deal with it.
Indeed. So,
Yeah.
in traveling
Oh,
out,
impressed.
you eventually come to the area where you compacted the boars the other night. The giant swath of land that is now in basic ruins. Fire has consumed mostly all of it, until, of course, someone either came out and put it out, or it eventually died out by itself as it hit the irrigation channels that surround each of the crops, each of the fields. You admire your handiwork of sorts, and you begin to look for the tree that you had climbed up, Lynn. Fortunately, you find it now more part burnt itself, less than tree, and more, unfortunately, charcoal. It
Yeah, but
too
look how
was.
cool it looks against the skyline.
Mm.
Like
You
a
spend a-
skeletal hand reaching forth from the grave.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure the farmer appreciates the fact that that is too. Either
Oh,
way,
he's not here. He's off eating breakfast. It's just the party.
It is a fine mark of the world breakers.
Please
did
do not-
Gatea
yes.
ever explain what it
I
said?
told them about that. Like, we're keeping that between us, remember? I posted that in the other channel.
Mm-hmm.
So, are the hunter traps okay?
The hunter traps. The one that you placed at the fire pit in the middle, it's kind of still glowing red from the coals that have happened from the oil fire. It still smolders slightly, and you can even see that it still shows signs of possible reignition, as the oil still exists around it, and probably underneath the actual trap itself. The ones you tied to the tree, they're practically safe. They have fallen to the ground, the rope completely incinerated by fire, so that rope's gone.
I don't have a rope anymore. I'm sad.
I can get you more rope. What about my dagger?
You spend a bit, and you eventually find your dagger.
Yay. I'm going to clean it up.
It was in one of the balls that had not been completely destroyed by the flames, but you can. When you first arrived, the balls themselves were actually showing signs of being pecked at by scavenger birds.
Are there any boars that weren't burnt to a crisp?
Yeah, about three. Three
Does
balls.
Lynn want to take a minute and cut the baby open?
You had one in the stable.
Oh, I thought that one was burnt.
No, it was still in good condition. Well, there's two, sorry, that aren't burnt to crisp. This one is slightly burnt. The one in the stable there, I should say.
Well, I guess who's got survival, huh?
Not me.
Sure.
I don't have survival either.
I can
Nope.
assist. I can make a DC 20.
Survival would be the idea of for cutting things open, but if you're not skilled in survival, then
Oh, I meant for tracking.
also for tracking it, that too.
No, if you want to cut open, I cut open, but I wouldn't do it particularly
nature check.
skillfully.
A nature check, that's what I mean for certain things. If you want to have a closer look at the beast itself. But if you want to do a tracking, definitely a survival would help. You can do an untrained one if you want to do an untrained survival.
I have
Tracking.
+2.
It's +1.
Are we? Are we all gonna roll? Or,
Yeah, why
okay.
not? Everyone starts looking around
Yeah, I was not
to try and
sure
work
you
out the
wanted to do
tracks.
that. Not
I
bad.
turn that off. That's still 16 though.
Investigating and looking around that of the field that was already half destroyed by the creature's constant onslaught on the crops has resulted in a lot of the ground tossed up and pulled apart with these like furrows and such pulled up by what you can only assume is the tusks of these creatures as they pull up the crops from the roots and everything like that. A good estimation on how many are there with a 17. Grimnir, you lose track of how many there is. You're not sure if it's the case of the creatures walking over the different parts of it, but occasionally you see that there seems to be a lot more than the 6 tracks that you had first seen. You're not sure if it means that there's more of them or if they just walk back and forwards here a lot. Of the larger creature, though, it is quite clear to see where it's been, with the furrows of its tusks sticking into the ground very deep and making very clear lines of paths every now and then, making it very easy to follow, at least in the field.
Stop following
Working
that.
Working out where, of course, the beasts come from in the forest is a little bit more harder as you start to head towards it itself. It's quite clear that they are coming from the forest, from the way that the the fields have been eaten away at. But as you get deeper and deeper towards the forest, it gets a little bit more harder to realize which direction they come from. Let's see. The Northwoods itself, for those that are locals, you know of it, at least by rumors and stories, that it's a very simple place. Very few creatures live out here. There are rumors of a goblin tribe every now and then that makes home here in the Northwoods. Few simple beasts, hunting ground and woodcutters love it and such for its safety, and the close proximity to that of Cartrest and Parastrim make it a very nice halfway point of sorts. Let's see. Could I get one more survival, please, from either Galteo or Grimnir, please?
I have a high mod. On the...
You're higher mod than me.
Mhm. Yeah, we're within two who can, right? So
Yeah, it's you two that roll
another
highest.
17.
Right, and Galteo.
Oh, you want both? I think you said one or the
Yeah,
other.
you win.
Just those two, because they rolled high enough. Okay. So
Oh,
I'm
Grimnir,
helping.
So much to learn.
so you start heading into the forest, Grimnir. You start following what you can only assume is the path the larger boar had taken. Not having seen its actual figure or shape, but only knowing by its size and the way that it moved from watching its footprints through the footprints and actions through the destroyed field, you can only assume that it would take a very open path through this forest if it didn't make it itself, and you just start striking out towards it, which is quite clearly seen for you. Anyone, are we happy with this direction?
Yep. Come on, everyone. We've got a
It
big
is
Of
bolt.
course,
one.
Grimnir knows what he's doing.
Certainly divert your knowledge of this.
Dwarven intuition or or just dwarven stubbornness? You're not sure.
Hey, she trusts in dwarves. She deals with them a lot.
She should. They're the best kind of folk. Well, some of the best.
Okay. So you travel deeper into the North Woods, and you hear the birds and sounds of forest folk moving about and such. You're following a path that you can only assume is this beast travels between wherever it lives and that of the farmstead itself. Roll me another survival, please, Grimnir.
Oh dear. Come on, another 17. 21.
Yeah!
That's brilliant. Doesn't take you long though to find the actual path that you need to take,
This is a lot
as
of luck.
as you start finding trees that are being shoved aside and crushed beneath its bulk of sorts. As you start heading down into the forest.
Just note, loins girded, mull out. I'm not getting caught on as far as that.
Oh yeah, my weapon's always out. Well, pretty much.
Sure.
Unless I'm doing something that needs both hands.
As you get deeper into the North Woods, you start to see the power and majesty of this wood area, and why woodcutters love it. The trees start to get thicker and wider, and some of them actually getting thick enough to actually require at least 6 people, probably even more, to in hands linked to wrap around it. As these trees seem to just get larger and larger, some nearly 10 feet wide in diameter and such.
Jesus.
Trees.
Good
Eventually, you
for
start
hunting.
coming into a clearing of sorts. Near what seems to be a large tree and a few fallen logs of these big, huge bestial trees. I'll wait till everyone says that they've got the map loaded.
Yep.
Yeah.
You should find yourself in the bottom left-hand corner.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay,
There
just
we go.
waiting for one more, I think.
This is quite blurry.
Okay.
I can't grab myself.
You can't pull token.
Oh, you can't control it. Damn it, I haven't saved the tokens properly. Give me a second, guys. Just, looks like I didn't resave the tokens. My bad. Grimnir. That's Grimnir.
Cheers.
Dimitri. Taya. And then Little Miss, I've got a really fucking long name and I have to take up all the space in the whole entire map.
Jelly.
Very much so.
Entire map.
I'm just going to quickly edit the things so that I can just drag it off again properly. Yes, delete, select lens token, save, changes, close. Why are you being very argumentative with me, Roll20? It's because I'm running some other things at the same time. Save changes. Thank you very much, Dimitri. You're a wonderful man.
Totally is.
Save Esther, save changes, close down. Last but not least, Grimnir. Yeah, I keep forgetting to save the token, so I'll do it now. Use selected tokens, save changes. Right. So, everyone has control of their character? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, but I feel
Fantastic.
very out of control of the situation.
Okay. Do I need to stream or not? Or are you running it?
Oh, I've got the stream up.
Whoever's
Okay.
streaming can please
Yeah,
send me
you
the
need
link
your
or
link.
drop the link.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, be aware that these aren't stumps. These are just the cut through to show you where the trees are. So now you can see how big these trees actually are in this area.
Fun.
You feel that you've traveled deep into the North Woods. It probably took you maybe an hour or so to get here, maybe even more. You're not sure. The canopy here has gotten a bit thicker, so it became really hard to keep track of time. I'll have a look at what Brass said in a second. He just sent me a link. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
What are you guys going to do? You have a feeling that it's in this direction. You followed the tracks as best you can, Grimnir, and this is basically the best clearing that anything can make a home in. You can clearly see what looks to be a rocky formation far in the distance. Not far, but in the distance. Yeah, not far. It's a formation that gives like a slanted rock fall and such like that. Probably even a small little half-made cave type thing.
Okay, which side? On the left side. Okay.
Sorry. The entrance. It's a slanted one, so it's probably a through and through.
Oh, okay.
Like this. For
Yeah.
lack of a better word, that this one here is a solid big boulder,
Mm-hmm.
and this one here lies on top of the boulder,
Yeah.
with another one on top of it.
Okay, well, guess we can go closer. Although we need to be quiet.
Okay. So how do you proceed?
Make the motion for shh with finger over the lips and then little walking motion.
You do hear the sound of large beasts moving about in the area.
Jesus.
How big are the rocks?
The rocks are quite large. The boulder itself is an easy 20 feet high, with the slant probably rising it up above it by 10 foot at least. with a good incline down to the ground, with another boulder lying down to pin it in place, which itself is just a big, huge slab of stone. Like, the big flat pieces that you can see are very much flat slabs of stone, whilst the boulder itself, which is the smaller, rounder one down the bottom, itself is about 20 feet high and such, and is an actual rock outcrop. Comes out of the dirt and shit like that. It doesn't. It looks natural, but at the same time, it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Well, just that the slabs that are lying down on the top are flat-ish. Like, they have like a curved bottom, but they have a flat top, and you can kind of see that from the angle that you're at.
Esther's going to suggest to the party as we move forward, stick behind. We know these things like to charge, use their bulk against them. Trying to fight this thing in the thickest patch of trees we can find is actually probably the best. It will help restrict its movements.
Okay. So
If
do
we
you
can
want,
get
like,
them
up
stuck
it?
between trees, but they seem to be a bit big for that.
One thing to mention that you've in your experience with fighting these beasts, whilst they turn to move towards another target to charge at someone, that moment is the only chance you have to actually attempt an attack of opportunity. It moving past you, whilst it's in mid-charge, it moves at either such a blurring speed or the fact that your weapons bounced off it. It's really hard to hit them whilst they're in mid-charge. At the start of their charge, at the end of their charge, are the only times that they're possible to be hit. Attempting to strike at the creature whilst it's running basically would probably throw you back itself. At least that's what the warrior within you telling you, Grimly, from watching how it moved.
Okay.
So yeah.
So is Esther
It
suggesting
leaving-
scouting under there?
Hmm?
I was asking if Esther was suggesting scouting around there.
Oh yeah, do you want her to go scout?
You would probably be best equipped for that.
All
You
right.
can stay
Esther-
behind it a little bit, but don't go too far.
Yeah, Esther will push forward and scout ahead.
Okay. So whereabouts do you want to head to? Sure.
Not terrible stuff. Where do we think the boars are, or where can I hear the biggest?
Definitely coming from around the rock area.
I think we should go up here in these trees in the top left. We can use those as cover potentially.
There's plenty of brush around, but around the base of the stone formation, there's a lot of downtrodden foliage that it's led to a case of it muddy and dirt and such like that. Like, nothing really growing in that area, which is leading to your assumption that there's something that lives in this area here. Okay, so you want to head across the between the trees and across behind there. Okay, so when you reach
if I were to take the path, it's probably behind those logs, behind the back tree, the other tree, that tree, under there.
Okay, so I'm going to pull you back to this log here, because as you come around the log, it is quite a large trunk that has fallen, this log. It's easy 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide and such. It's sort of hollow in the center. Like, it gives enough space for a small creature to easily walk through. So, just that's a FYI. But as you come around the corner, you can see at least two of these boars rutting about the place. I haven't noticed you, just to be clear.
Does Lynn have message? Esther's gonna take a second to note and stick it, and the note has an arrow that points into the log and says, "This is a good spot for Lynn." She's the only size small.
Oh, gee, that's a lot more pixelated than I thought it was.
What, the map?
Sorry.
Or-
Yeah, the map.
Yeah.
I was looking at it at full zoomed out and it looked fine, but then I realized, hang on a second. That's pixelated.
I'm gonna try to move to here,
Okay.
and she's gonna wave the rest of the party in.
Uh,
Oh, like I guess she's gonna say that like Esther's gonna turn the party like point to her eyes, point out to the field, point one that she could see, and then also like I guess say that she also hears more, and then move over to there.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys going to do?
Come on, folk. What way should we move to?
You are generally 60 feet is your maximum free movement, I'll allow.
Yeah. Move
But
up
generally,
behind that
any
one.
further than that, I'll pull you back around to different places to show you where you can see things, different actions.
Yeah, I won't go fast. Just wondering where everyone wanted to go. Oh, okay.
Well, the log
Peek
seems
around
to
this
give you
one.
like 10 feet of cover, so as long as you stay low and move slow and quiet, you should be able to get wherever you need.
Yeah.
Easy as.
Very slowly over there.
Lynn can just go into the log, apparently.
Yeah.
Which is like
Lynn.
the perfect place for her.
Lynn can actually literally go into the log itself.
It's a nice armory
so-
colour.
Do you do so, Lynn? I assume?
Oh yeah.
As you start to go through the log, you can see that it is very much old and such. Like it's very decayy inside, a bit of moss growing and everything like that. And as you step in, you feel the wood itself crunching very lightly against your very light footsteps. But you can fit easily, comfortably. Anything medium would probably cause a lot of destruction to the log itself. It's in the low stage of decomposing, but at least the core of the tree itself in the middle has started to completely corrode to the point of access. If you're with me. Okay, Altair, as you approach the edge of the log, you can see the boar itself rutting about in the area here, digging up some sort of root that still exists somehow within the local area of the thing. It's mostly mud and dirt in this area here. Even worse, you can see another one, not far away, rotting at the base of the tree near some bushes as it moves up to it.
Guys, we're fighting a bunch of hippies.
This one here is...
At least there's less.
And you see one that is asleep, located at the base of the sunning itself, it seems.
But no sign of the big one.
None yet.
But did we hear like something that could be the big one, or was it these? Like the sounds of these going through?
Mainly these, considering the movement.
Okay.
You got to remember they're about the size of a small cow, maybe a calf or a little bit bigger. About the body weight of a... Just imagine a boar the size of a calf. And that's the general size of these things. Pretty big. Okay, Esther. You move through the forest. Quite unmolested or bothered. Hugging the main trees here. The clearing itself appears to be situated mainly around the center of this stony outcrop. So you have a feeling that the trees itself gets a little bit more thicker the further backwards you go.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
Mhm.
That tree.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb it.
You're gonna climb it. Okay. Sure. There's plenty of footholds, at least in the bark itself, that would allow it, and probably takes you about half your movement to reach maybe the lowest lying branches. Maybe 20 feet of your movement actually to get to the lowest branches. So, roll me an athletics check. Yeah, you get up to the lowest branch. You're not on it, but you're at least holding on to it.
Cool. She's gonna keep going up a little bit.
Okay. Galatea, what are you going to do?
Well, she's gonna motion for Dimitri to stay further back and use ranged spells.
Pretty sure you can move him, can't you? I gave you control of his thing, so you can actually move him as you wish. Just letting you know. But of course.
Then maybe look to Grimnir, point towards herself, point towards one of them, point towards Hid, point towards the other that's still awake. And give a sort of like shrug.
I've got my maul out and waiting. I'm ready.
Esther, the boar that was that's close to you at the base of the tree, not far from you, it seems to pull its head out of the brush, and it's chewing some sort of plant material as it's just and everything like that. It's giving a snort and shoving its head back into the brush.
What a beautiful little boy.
Well, I think we're
But
good
I
for an
love you
ambush
for
here.
Make someone someday.
I'll get everyone to roll me a stealth check, please.
I'm sorry in advance.
Me too.
Woo!
It's always us. That was technically mine.
You hear a snap of a twig behind you, Galatea and Grimnir, and you both snap your heads around, and there's Dimitri trying to be quiet as he moves up behind you. Lynn, as you move through the log itself, you hear the crumbling of the wood around you and everything like that as it echoes slightly. You don't hear the twig snapping, but you can see through the actual thing that the boar itself that is closest to you has adjusted itself, like looking about.
Oops. Oh, I'm back here at the time.
So you sent Dimitri back up.
No, I mean like that's what I meant for him to be like
Yep.
way back there anyway, which is why I didn't move him.
Okay.
Am I able to get on this branch comfortably?
Yeah. You spend a few moments to climb up onto the branch comfortably, but you're definitely on that side of the tree.
How high up am I?
About 20 feet.
That's enough.
That's
I have
the
a hammer.
lowest. That's the lowest branch.
Actually, hammer sounds dumb. Give me 1 second. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna do this. I take one of the hunter's traps
Mm-hmm.
and I throw it somewhere here. Doesn't matter where. I'm just trying to make a big clatter thing to cover for the group.
Okay. Make a athletics check to throw. Okay, yeah. With a clattering noise of metal and such, you throw the hunter's trap into the opening here, and it just clatters to this and everything. This alerts the boar that was rutting about in the bush, who instantly turns and slowly moves towards the trap to inspect it. This one here, hearing the noise, starts to move back over here.
Okay. I want to. Can I make the assumption that I got some rope from a party member, or should I work without rope? I didn't say it beforehand, so I'm asking.
Did you want to say that you borrowed rope?
Yeah, I would
like-
like free to. Yeah, you. I'm not going to use it for anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, then you have rope.
I'm going to take a second to tie rope to myself.
Yep.
And then I have a hammer and piton, and I'm going to hammer some rope into the tree.
Okay. So you take your pit and you start hammering into the tree, huh?
Yep.
Okay. There's a tink noise, followed by a few quicker, smaller tinks as you attempt to do so. Roll me a stealth check if you want to do it quietly.
If this thing was being distracted there, wouldn't this be a good time to go after them?
Yeah, I kind of guess what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yo.
You seem to time it just right that no one even notices it. It seems to just crack with the general sounds of nature around you.
Sweet. I'm going to have some slack on this here rope, but I'm going to move over to the other side of the tree.
How much slack do you
I'm
give?
Fairly secure. I'm going to say 15 feet slack.
Okay, so you're tying the end of the rope to this piton?
Yeah. I'm going to tie the end of the rope to the... Yeah. No, I'm going to give myself 10 feet of slack right now. 5 feet of slack, and I'll try to readjust that as I go.
Okay, so if the rope is tied to the end of if the piton is tied to the end of the rope, right? That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, basically. So you've tied the end of the rope, giving yourself 10 feet of slack. You would have to use at least 15 feet of movement to get around the other side. So that would leave you with 25 feet of rope unused, with 10 feet slack.
I mean, we can assume that like 5 or so of it is tied around her, but yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm assuming. So yeah, roll me athletics check to stay on the tree as you adjust around the branches. Yeah, you can easily move about the lower branches. They're very thick, considering how low they are in the tree. So eventually you move around the other side of the branches. So you can move up to there.
Right there's good?
Yep.
Cool.
By the time that you've done that, the boars would have gotten up to the actual trap itself and having whiff at it. What are the others doing?
Well, I believe, would that give us a surprise round on them if we go out now? Because she was kind of waiting until they were distracted.
Sure.
Let's go then.
Alright. And, let's see.
Shall we roll?
She would have made the motion for Dimitri for his light crossbow and pointed at the closest one to him.
Okay. Well, has he moved up? I mean, He's kind of blocked by trees. He can't see anything. These trunks are whole. His line of sight of these creatures are nil.
Can he climb up on them?
Yeah, you can easily climb up on him. Roll me athletics if you want Dimitri to climb up on top.
Yeah, I don't know if you do or not. It was just a thought.
And roll for initiative.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, can he see through these logs at all?
He would need to move to at least
Yeah.
there to see them.
Okay.
Oh, even then he wouldn't be able to see them because of the giant tree in the way.
Oh, that's just a tree. Okay.
Yeah, that's what Esther's in.
Okay. Well, can move him up here and prepare for next time.
And there's on a 9.
And then Galtia is like running up and recklessly attacking this one after raging.
That is non-existent. Goodness, at a 4. Esther's at a 9. Don't forget, if you click on your token and then hit initiative roll, it'll instantly put the new number in. And just waiting for Galatea and Dimitri's initiative check. Ooh.
Boom!
Dang.
Okay.
I could just picture it like Galatea just behind the tree. She's like, fucking forest, these boards, man, die, man. Like just mumbling
Yes.
to herself, just so ready.
That's how she prepped the rage. Because these things fucked up her outfit last night. I'm sorry, I need to get Dimitri's roll in there. Where is his? There it is. I don't know why it does that, but there you go.
Dimitri's very weird. He's a man of numbers.
He's one hell of a butler with decimals.
Pretty much. Let me just double check because there is way too many things here. Too many Esthers.
But if I did that, does that mean I can get off my surprise round and then start into that first initiative?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because you got a critical, I'll allow you to do a dash and then have your actual surprise, actual attack.
I don't
Your
even
surprise
need to
round is
dash
you getting
on
into
that.
melee. Yeah, 60 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess so. What was there?
You move 60 feet.
Okay. So...
Let me just quickly delete all the doubles that I've got on here by accident. Esther, you rolled a 9, so that's good. 4, yep. That's weird. I thought I cleared off this character thing. Anyway. Right, so, yeah. You're the one that gets the most surprise round. Esther gets a second surprise round. Yeah. Esther would because she's in the tree anyway. Roll me a stealth check, please, Esther. As you moved around, I forgot to get you to make that. Okay, yep, awesome. Right. Here we go. First round of combat for the day. Let's do this. Galatea, you're up first. You bring your maul down onto the creature's body as it's unprepared for your sudden thing. This gave you advantage, by the way, which you got a 17 on.
Oh.
And, yep, no, I'm already just doing
I already
it.
had the advantage because I did reckless attacked.
Oh, okay, well then you got a +1 on that, so it hits no matter what. So, yep, you're raging, you're reckless attacking. That means advantage on hitting on you as well. So my phone's going off and vibrates horribly against the wood. My desk. Put that in a better position. Right, so you smash it with 11 damage. Ouch. That sucks for that boar. You bring it down heavily. Jinkies, really? Far out. Right. The boar is unprepared for the sudden onslaught. Dimitri, what's he gonna do?
Let's have him peek out and fire a crossbow at it. Boom.
Oh, critical hit.
Oh,
Pull up my
why
crit
does it
table.
not have? Oh, doesn't roll crit damage. So.
There's a different thing that I use for crit damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might double it, triple it, or something else.
Yeah, he has his own crit thing. It can either like double, triple. If you crit succeed, there's obviously good effects. If you crit fail, there's bad effects. So on and so forth.
Yeah, unfortunately, my card deck's gone and got destroyed by water, so I can't really use it.
No.
I had a beautiful deck for it, but it's got destroyed by water, so I'm currently using a new one whilst I'm waiting to get it reprinted. Anyway, let's see. Could you roll me a percentile dice, please?
Oh, damn.
A 1.
Dimitri is
This is either
epic.
amazing or awful.
Hey, in Rogue Trader, that's the best you can get.
That is the best you can do in Rogue Trader.
That's a ludicrous maneuver that he just did. He just did a flourish as he pulled his crossbow around the trunk and just fired. Passive perception of 12 or more gets +2 on the next attack roll from his ludicrous maneuver. Normal damage, though.
He is one hell of a butler.
I wanted him to jump up in the log, then 360 no scope.
So it takes 8 damage. 19 blow from that. Lynn, what do you want to do whilst you're inside your trunk? With all your trunk inside your trunk, good old. I don't
Yes.
even remember the words of the song.
All 12 ounces of the gnomish junk in my trunk. In any case, I am going to cast a spell.
Fog cloud. The sphere around this corner and the area is heavily obscured. Ooh, interesting.
I get it.
Yours is better.
That's like a galaxy.
So you aim there.
No, I was trying to put it down and then move it. Hang on.
There.
Where the circle is now?
Wait, is it diameter or is it radius? Oh, Jinkies,
No,
a
it's
radius.
Radius.
Actually, yeah, so it's
That.
just a little further west. There we go. Nice and obscuring.
Get that disgusting little circle off this.
Get away from this beautiful galaxy.
There's other ones that I've got on here, but unfortunately they're locked behind other things because I didn't get the damn thing up and running.
So you're already
Properly.
breaking the world. You created a wormhole.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, this one. It should be a bit more grey than pink and purples, but yeah. Arcanics
It's magical fog.
thing. Okay. What's the material for that one again? What are you using? Arcane Focus or a component pouch?
Yeah,
I can't
the
remember.
crystal.
Crystal, awesome. Never mind. Right. So,
Yeah, so I kind of look like a hippie because I'm wearing it around my neck.
wonderful. So that fills that area. Okay, can I get what's everyone's passive perception? I really need to
Passive?
write this down somewhere. Passive is 10 plus your skill.
13.
14.
9.
12.
Lynn's is 12. Oh no,
How's
perception.
my
Sorry, I was looking at persuasion again. Your perception's not on your sheet again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 9. So Lynn doesn't get the +2 from Dimitri's attack, but she doesn't use it anyway. What was the high? Sorry, 14. I heard.
14.
Yeah, you hear something move coming from the rocks. Okay, up next is Esther.
I'm assuming advantage from attacking himself.
Yes, you have because you are stealth, you have advantage.
Also, because we're in the surprise round, right?
Yes. So you have +1 to your attack roll.
Either way, I didn't crit, so it's good. And yeah, that's the damage. I added sneak attack again, so 13 total. And I'm
13
attacking the
total?
one that Galatea attacked. Galatea and Dimitri.
Radio. 13
Um,
total.
Can I make another stealth check?
Do you
Yeah,
have
Or
the?
am I revealed? I can make a stealth check as a bonus action because I'm a level 2 rogue now.
Then you can. Sure. 1 second, just doing math. 22, 32. No worries.
Okay. Gonna
See
roll
whether
it.
it died yet.
Don't be
Yeah,
silly.
no worries.
Sorry, I actually still have advantage on that one.
No worries.
So what?
Grimnir,
9.
you're up.
Okay. I move here and I'll throw a javelin at it.
Sure.
I'll just roll my normal attack, but I'll substitute the damage roll if it hits.
Yep. You also have advantage, by the way.
18, it's a 1d6 plus 3. So I did 9.
Okay. 9 damage to the beast. Okay, so as your javelin stabs into the side of the beast, it responds with a squeal that is loud and abrupt. It then turns towards you, Galatea, and then will charge directly through you.
Can it take
Straight
a reaction on a surprise round?
No.
No, it's a different thing. These things, at the moment, it takes maximum. It's more of a legendary action, to be honest, but yeah, I call it a reaction. This is not a
so
reaction such as thing, but it does consume a reaction normally.
Yeah.
So, but wait, then how does if it normally uses a reaction, then that means it uses.
This is how these monsters work, man.
All right, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee.
Okay. Right, Galatea and Grimnir need to make a dexterity check, please. Grimnir, you have disadvantage because it's ending on your square.
Okay.
Dodge nothing. Stand your ground with another javelin.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Okay.
That was with advantage.
Okay. Let's see. 10, 6. Right, Galatea, you take 8 damage as you are flung backwards
Is that
by the
halved?
beasts. Or 8. Oh, sorry, 5 damage then. 1 second.
It was 8.
I got a
What,
half
D4?
and half again. I got a half and half again, you biatch. Let's see. So you take 3 damage from the beast's hit, then you take 2 damage from being flung back, so 7 in total.
How is 3 and 2 7?
5. Yeah, 5 I meant, sorry. Apologies. Thank you, bad math. Okay, Grimnir. You take 5 damage as the beast lands on top of you. Hits you heavily. No, it's a different roll, sorry, apologies. You take 9 damage as you are then thrown back 10 feet. Taking another 3 damage, so you take 12. Then makes its don't die roll. As it hits you, you feel not only your wind get knocked out, but the last breath from the creature as it just clumps to the ground. You're not hit by a living body, you're hit by the dead corpse of the beast.
Like a Hail Mary there.
It was. Hey, it knocked you guys around.
So it did damage to itself?
No, it was on its death throw. It gets its reaction, and then it makes a saving throw. Right. That guy's out of the order. That was quick. 1 down. Okay. Upon that, Galatea, you notice out of the corner of your eye, boar coming out of the forest. You're up first.
Got another one. And I guess going after. Well, first she has to stand up. Which movement is after that? Do I have enough? Yeah. That'd be half my movement, right? So then I can still get up to this one, 15 feet.
That takes 20 feet. You draw from your character, not from the square next to it. Unless that's not uploaded properly for you.
Oh, did it? Shit.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't like actually work. You reload the thing. There's a boar here.
Yeah, there's a boar still there.
Yeah. There's a boar there. So I have to go up to it, but I don't think I can make it in the amount of...
Okay.
Yeah, so... I can get up there and at least stay in its path. So I'll at least do that. Preparing to kick its ass. Or I guess you can use the rest of her movement and just go up to it.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Just menace this thing.
You get +2 for it, by the way. It's on your next roll. Dimitri's critical hit still is in effect. He's ludicrous maneuver.
So that was instead of the damage that would a normal crit would have done, right?
Yeah.
And
So
to hit,
it's
it's
one-
the 2 hit.
Yeah, no, I understand. But what I'm saying is instead of him rolling another D8, he rolled this and got this effect instead, right?
Yes.
Okay. So far away.
Okay.
That's all I can do. That Dimitri can fire at it, probably.
So what are you going to do to this boar?